Hey guys, I've got an enhance feature to show you today. It's not brand new, but there are elements of it that are. So our GEO dashboards, AI search, where we're actually tracking your AI platform citations and exposure. So in the likes of ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and so on. When you go to the left-hand menu, you'll see there is a GEO dashboard. You click the GEO dashboard and you will see an overview tab, and this shows your visibility score, when it was last updated and when it will next be updated unless you run it manually, which you can do at any point. Shows your overall sentiment analysis and also what competitors are appearing in the prompts that you've set in your GEO profiles, which I'll show you in a second. Then you can see the performance insights, monthly trend, your mentions, your competitors' mentions, and so on. And if you click on platforms, you'll be able to see exactly where these platforms are ranking, which one is the strongest, average positions, visibility, sentiments, and so on. And also trending, you'll be able to see on a daily basis, depending on if you run these on a daily basis, or it could be weekly if you leave it to automatic. Overall summary, best performing days, average scores, and so on. And quite a powerful feature is the insights, and this is where you have an executive summary which shows your brand and where you are as a overall AI search, and also where your competitors are. And then it will give you some high priorities and some medium priorities of things that need to be looked at, some primary threats and some opportunities that should be considered. And then if we look at profile, so this is really what kind of generates and powers, and essentially what an AI search tracking system does is you come up with a prompt, or you can ask Cassie to do it for you by clicking Ask Cassie there. When you have a prompt that is set, all we do is, I say all we do, part of what we do is spam that prompt out across every LLM, and then we meticulously track what comes back as a result. Where are you mentioned? Are you mentioned at all? What type of mention is it? Is it positive? Is it negative? Is it neutral? What competitors are mentioned? How often are they mentioned? Whereabouts are you mentioned in the ranks of those? And how often? Because you could be mentioned 3 times in one prompt. So these things are all taken into account, all measured. So all you do is you enter a prompt. So this one, for example, how is content positioned in B2B SaaS content automation versus enterprise grade alternatives? I can create that. I now have GEO profile 9, and all I need to do is push it to publish, and then I can just run it now, or like I say, it will run automatically. You can have as many of these as you like. You can have hundreds of them if you want to. You've got counters as to how many times that they've each been executed and run. So that runs in the background, hitting all the LLMs, and when the information is ready, it will just update your dashboard in here, and you'll be able to see that these numbers all change around. Also, there's a tracking page. Obviously, if you know anything about us and what we do, we already track all of your SEO keywords, and this is a very, very similar approach. So there's the profile. What does it actually look like? The prompt is at the bottom, the last time it was run, and the profile type that it is. All of these are explained. So what is a profile type, average positions, visibility, and so on. What do they mean? How many times it's been run, your average position as your brand, your 30-day change, visibility scores, sentiment analysis, which platform is performing best, whether that profile is published or draft, and also you can execute that profile from there as well. You can just obviously sort by profile, publish status, publish and draft. And also one of the most powerful features here is that we've introduced Ask Cassie, where you can actually interact with your GEO performance. And Cassie has obviously a very good understanding of you as a brand, all of your content, what it is that you stand for, your mission, everything about you, tone of voice, and understands all of your intimate client details. When we have this level of information mixed with all of your GEO information, then Cassie is able to make really good, insightful tips and give you back feedback that is helpful, I suppose, along the lines of where are we currently sitting for these profiles, what competitors are doing what, why are they outranking us, why are they being cited and we're not, and does this have any impact on our SEO and our content profiles in particular, and can we use some of these prompts in our GEO profiles, in our GEO performance, and bring them into our content profiles, which is a completely different video for a different time, which then powers the content, which then leads back to these AI search prompts, which then gets you ranked into the AI search platforms for the prompts you're looking to be ranked for. And these, so you see here, there's an overview from Cassie. It's in depth. You can just copy these out by clicking the copy button at the top. So you've got a complete overview of everything that's happening, platform-specific trends, sentiment analysis. So it's a breakdown of everything, just in more detail, a bit more wordy, so that you can actually read it and take it away, copy it out, perhaps put it somewhere else. It's up to you. Once you close this disappears and it will rerun every time you open it. You can also ask follow-up questions. So, for example, are there any profiles that are not relevant to my brand that I should unpublish? We can all create prompts for fun, but if they're not actually performing or giving us any insightful information, then there really is not a lot of point having them. And so because Cassie has the context of this information, understands GEO and what it is about and how it works, you can have these follow-up conversations. Cassie can make recommendations of things to do, content to be produced, and so on. And obviously that can then be pushed to your content account manager, or even to Cassie herself, and you'll be able to engage with your content system. So it says here there's a couple of profiles that appear to be irrelevant or potentially detrimental, and you can see here there's some with gibberish, I suppose is the word you would use, and this is because these were test ones. So gibberish, placeholder, no relevance, unpublish them, actionable recommendations, unpublished profiles 2 and 3, and so on. So you get the feeling that you'll be able to interact with your AI search, have a good understanding of where you're currently ranking. This ranking table, if you click on the row, you can also see a full breakdown of all of the queries that have been across the platforms that have been carried out, they're executed, how many mentions, average position, platform by platform, where the recent executions have taken place, what that sentiment looks like, neutral, positive, and so on. So you have a full granular level report on all of your AI search. Now this is something that we've added for free. It's inside your account. If you're a content customer, client of ours with a current active subscription, you can use this. And if you know and have looked into these systems, you're probably talking many hundreds of dollars per month to run a system as complex as this. So we're bringing value where we can. Any questions, any feedback, please do let us know. We're always happy to evolve the platform and push boundaries and take things to the next step. So great to hear any feedback. Reach out and let me know.